Hey, hey, Jehovah, you, I trust in you. I believe in you. Oh, you are the God of wonders. You are the God of I believe. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. So this morning I wanted to talk about the pressure. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced pressure, but one thing that I've realized is this year has been declared as a year of the overcomers, a year of victory. And to get to that point, you can get all very excited when you think about victory and overcoming, but it's what you have to go through in between that determines the victory. And yesterday, I just enjoyed, we have a business prayer call where we discuss a word and how it applies to our businesses. Hi guys, hi Caroline, hi Sandra, Chennai and Pat, thanks for watching. And this morning I just felt really compelled to encourage anyone who is going through some undue pressure where you're thinking, this one is now too much for me. And these pressures come in all sorts of forms and shapes. It could be pressure in your marriage, it could be pressure with your children, pressure at work, but this pressure is not going to kill you. Now, when pressure is applied, it is a force that, propels you into action, into moving, into going somewhere where you haven't been before. And it's all good when you are the one who is applying the pressure. But when pressure is being applied, when you are in a comfortable position, doesn't feel too great. Baba shekerebosa. But today I just want to encourage someone and say this pressure is going to propel you into something amazing and something wonderful. I was looking at James chapter 1 verse 3, and it says that you know that under pressure your faith life is forced into the open and it shows its true colors. So many times we want to back away, we want to give up, we want to say, this is not for me. But when you understand and realize the one who is in you, the one who is with you, you know that you can withstand any pressure and things can be turned around for your good. Last night we were looking at businesses that came across situations. Some were sabotaged, some were given incorrect information that literally was putting their whole works at threat. I think it was Johnson & Johnson back in the 90s where someone had managed to to contaminate one of their medications, and people died because of it. And the CEO was forced at that time to make a decision of what to do amidst all this pressure. There was so much publicity that was not good at that time, and it threatened to literally cause a crumble of an empire that they'd been building over a long time. And he had to make an executive decision. He couldn't go into bed and put the duvet over his head amidst that pressure, but he had to surround himself with wise counsel. He had to surround himself with people who knew his intent and the intent of the business and the intent of the company and his integrity. And he had to make decisions that were going to cost him some money. He had the price to pay. I think they recalled all the medication off the shop floors and literally invested in making like triple layers of ceiling and all these things in a very short space of time. But within a few weeks, the storm died down and they were on the other side, a reputable brand that is still standing today. So I don't know what pressures you are going through right now, but I am just wanting to encourage someone out there that because you have the great I am in you, with you, working through you, you are not going to be crumbled by the pressure that you're surrounding. I remember a time when Jesus was teaching. I think it was in the book of Luke, and the Sanhedrins and Pharisees were getting so upset by the message that he was standing for. They started to crowd and start to push him. They wanted to push him off the cliff. There was a lot of pressure coming his way. But at that moment, he knew that I am the Son of the living God. And he walked miraculously. It actually says he walked miraculously through the crowd. he came out onto the other side, so the pressure did not consume him. The intention of the pressure was negative. It wanted to hurl him under. It wanted to get him down. It wanted to annihilate him. I don't know whether the pressure that you are facing is a pressure that is trying to silence you, that is trying to quash you, that is trying to kill that which you are carrying. But we are giving birth. We are coming to fulfillment of everything that God has said will come in our lives. Our pressure will be like labor pains when a child is being born. And the key thing that I also look at that process of giving birth to a child, the baby gets so big that it cannot be contained in that womb anymore. And the pressure starts. Firstly, it starts by you being uncomfortable. And then, the contractions actually start. And, it's so key to have a good midwife around you who starts to calm you down and says, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Check the timings. Breathe in, breathe out. And the contractions intensify to a point. I recall one time thinking, I'm out of here. I can't do this anymore. I thought I could just pack my bag and walk out of that hospital because it was unbearable pain. And then I thought, but I really can't get out of this situation. So I have to comply to the wisdom that is around me, that is giving me good instructions of how I can get out of this situation. So in whatever pressures that you are facing, I urge you to look for sound counsel. If you're not sure where this counsel is, pray to the Lord about it. One person, I'm sure everyone has one person that they can trust, or who has a higher level of speak to them and say, you know what, I'm really struggling with this. I don't know what to do. If you feel you have no counsel, just meditate on the word of God, listen to some music. But there is one person I'm sure out there, even if it's someone you don't know, but you have seen and you thought, you know what, this person feels, I can feel that I can release some of this information to, so they can just even pray with me. Sometimes you don't even need to tell them what's going on, but you just need to get someone to say, can you pray with me through this situation? And at that time, then you begin to push. You begin to listen in and you begin to push. You begin to flow with the waves of the pressure until that thing is birthed, until that baby comes out, until that dream materializes, until that vision comes to pass. It's not going to come with you sitting on your laurels and it's a smooth sail ride. There are pressures that are going to come from every angle. Some are from God himself to take you to that other place. I think of the children of Israel. They had to come to the place where the Egyptians were right on their back. The Egyptians were right on their back, and they had to exercise faith. Moses said, Lord, you know what? You brought these people to this place. You got to do something. And that's when the Lord opened that Red Sea and says, I've brought you this far. I'm taking you through. So the pressure oftentimes puts you in a position of exercising faith, because faith until it's put to the test. You can talk faith, you can say, I believe, it is possible, but you get into a situation of pressure where things are looking not so great. That's when your faith is tested. And it's when all those, I look at like exam time. All the things that you were going to lectures and studying and having laughs and jokes and asking the teacher, they're put to the test under that pressure. Can you recall? So I just want to encourage you today that this pressure that you're facing, whether it is from the enemy, the scriptures say when the enemy comes up like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord raises up a standard against him. So if it is from the enemy, the God that loves you, the God who is for you, the God who has great plans for you, he is able to raise up a standard against that negative pressure. And you find yourself walking through to the other side. Baba Shekerebosh. If it is a pressure to force you or put you in a position of pushing towards the things that God has in store for you to get that baby out, just breathe in and breathe out. Push. When the time is right, push. Listen to the midwives that are around you, the people that God has surrounded you, the wise counsel that understand that what it is you are carrying. Breathe in, breathe out, push. You will give birth to something alive. Life will flow through you. You know, great things will flow through you. Great products will flow through you. Your children will be great. Kaba tekene mahaya. It might not look like this at the moment, when you see them getting involved with all sorts of people, and the child that was a little darling, you're looking and thinking, what has happened to my little one? But greater is he that is in you. And this is another opportunity for you to lift up and say, God, you are going to get me through this situation. With you, nothing is impossible. Nothing is too difficult. Because when you're still able to do it yourself, you know, yeah, you can do it yourself. But when the pressure is so intense, you need help. This is the cry out that you need to call out to him. And he is able, he is listening. He says, call out to me and I will answer you. You know, don't allow that pressure to crumble you. Don't allow that pressure to subdue you. Don't allow that pressure to stifle that which you want to do, that which you have been dreaming about for ages, that you've been working on, that marriage that you have been, you know, investing in for all those years. Don't allow the pressure to take undue action cause you to take the action that's not right. So that's my encouragement today. It's a little quick one. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day, and know that you're coming out onto the other side. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be better. It's going to be amazing. See you on the other side.